What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy, the network, bruh. I ain't got my phone today, but today's topic is section 5.3C, Charlie, password encryption. This is a topic in the CCNP enterprise exam. Actually, it's the CCNP route exam. But later on in the future, specifically after February 23rd or February 24th, 2020, the exam will be called the CCNP enterprise exam. Let's go ahead and take a look at the exam blueprint, see where we came from and where we're headed. Hashtag labeveryday. Okay, this is the CCNP Enterprise, or I keep saying that just because my mind is focused on the new exams. It's a CCNP route exam. It's better known as the Implementing Cisco IP Routing, exam code 300-101. We just wrapped up the section 5.3B, Management Plane Protection. Today we are going to cover 5.3C, Password Encryption. After that, we are finally going to move on to other router security features, which is access control lists, etc., etc., etc. So what is password encryption? You know what encryption is, right? Encryption is basically taking a password and using a mathematical computation to kind of jumble up the password, basically. We do this obviously so that way people can't see the password. If it's written in plain text, then anybody can use any kind of protocol analyzer such as Wireshark to read your password and stuff like that. So password encryption is a way of hardening your networking devices. Let's take a look at these slides for some more information here. So there's a couple ways to encrypt so there are 3 ways to encrypt passwords on a Cisco router, right? The first way is, I'm pretty sure you know how to do it. This is a Cisco CCNA fundamental. It's using just enable password, right? You can just do enable. I'm going to show y'all on the router. We're going to fire up my 1921 router. Yes, my favorite router on my rack. And show you how to do this stuff. But anyways, you do enable password, put in a password, and then you basically got a password. It'll store the password. It's best to use enable secret though. The thing with enable password is if you just do enable password, you can see the password and it's in plain text. That's why we use enable secret. This will store the password using SHA-256. It's recommended best practice to use the enable secret command instead of enable password because the latter stores the password plain text. If you use both enable secret and enable passwords, right, you can have both an enable secret password and an enable password. By default, it'll use the enable secret password because it's more secure. It's a good thing that Cisco did that. That's the first way of encrypting passwords. The other way is using the password encryption service. Without reading all this to y'all, basically it takes the password and jumbles it up, right? So that way you can't read it. The problem is it uses type 7 encryption, right? It uses this encryption is called the Vigenère, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, cipher. And that's known as the type 7 encryption. Now, this is a fairly weak password encryption method, right? I can show y'all like how easy it is to break that password. So it's still better to just use the enable secret instead of just service password encryption. But if you're in a pinch or if you just quickly encrypt your passwords, this is a good method. Now, the third method is master encryption keys. This is kind of out of scope of the exam, so this is more of a CCNA security topic. I'll leave a link in the description below on more information on that. If you want to read this, pause this, or freeze frame it, whatever. And I'll probably go over it real quickly on the router. So let's go ahead and fire up the Cisco 1921 router and go a little bit over password encryption. All right, so we've got the Cisco 1921 router fired up here, right? So the first thing we did was, like, notice if I log out of this, right now I'm consoled into this device, right? Let's exit out of this, right? There's no console password. Right now I'm in user exec mode, right? You can tell by that little, if y'all haven't figured out what that little greater than symbol name is, please put it in, this is going to be our other pop quiz for today too. What is the greater than symbol? The proper name for the greater than symbol. I still haven't gotten it yet. I know it. I looked it up. I had to Google it. But if y'all need to Google it, go ahead and put it in a comment below. Maybe I'll do a giveaway or something. Somebody answer. Somebody leave a comment. But anyways, you do enable. We just type in enable, and we're in enable mode, or better known as privileged exec mode. We don't want just anybody, we have people in the NOC, people like me, or people at the help desk that access to our routers. We don't want them to just get into enable mode like this, right? So we want to put in a password. And the way we do that, again, is enable password, right? Well, we need to go to global config mode before we do that. Duh. Enable password, right? And then let's say the password is I'm in my garage right now, and I see a Toyota 1. We'll do Toyota 1, right? So now that's our enable password, but if you do a show run, you can see the enable password is right there, and we can see it, right? So if anybody got a protocol analyzer or they get a copy of our running configuration, they got a password and go into enable mode or privileged exec mode. We don't want that, right? So one thing we could do is go to global config mode and just do service password encryption, right? We do that. That encrypts our passwords, right, on this computer or on this router. So we do a show run. Now, enable password is what? Type 7, which stands for Vigner cipher, right? And there's the password right there, right? You look at it, you're like, oh, well, nobody can see the password, right? If they're peeking over my shoulder. However, if they have access to Google like anybody else do, and I'll show y'all real quick. Shout out to packetlife.net and Jeremy Stretch. This guy, he's awesome. He's got a bunch of cheat sheets. Check out his website. But anyways, you go to, where is that? This is a way to reverse those passwords, right? So let's take a copy of this right here, right? That was the password, right, that we had here, right? And we've encrypted it, right? You type that in here, paste, reverse, and now you can see the password, Toyota 1. So it's again, if you're in a quick pinch and you need to encrypt your passwords, that's good. If somebody's peeking over your shoulder, you want to, encrypt it real quick, that's good. But again, the best way to do it is using enable secret, right? So we said our enable password right now is Toyota 1, right? So let's go ahead and do an enable secret. Again, these are CCNA fundamentals, but it's on the exam too. Let's say the enable secret is infinity, right? Y'all can tell I'm in my garage right now, right? So enable secret infinity, right? So now if we do a show run, all caps, right? We have our enable password right here, right? And it says 7, right? But we also have enable secret, which is type 5, right? And there it is right there. Can you still see that password? Let's see. We'll put that in here. Reverse. You can't. It's not a type 7 string. This is a type 5 string, which is SHA-256. So now we've got an enable secret, and we also have an enable password. Which password do we need to type in to get into enable mode, right? Let's get out of this. Let's exit out of the router altogether, right? We log on to the router. We're in user exec mode right now. We want to go to global or privileged exec mode, which is also known as the enable mode. We type in enable, right? Which password do we have to use here? That's right, the secret password, right? Let's try the enable password. It was Toyota, all caps, right? Toyota. That's wrong. It didn't take it. Let's try infinity. Infiniti. And we're logged on. We're in privileged exec mode. See how that worked? And the last way, so yeah, we went over password encryption, service password encryption. The last way, again, was master keys. Again, this is out of scope of the exam. I will put a link in the description below if you want more information on that. But best way, the way to do a master key is, so you do key and then config key. I believe password encrypt, as you can see right there. Set a private configuration key for password encryption. And then you press enter. It's going to ask you to create a master key here. So in this case, we'll say it's my daughter has a BMW i8, as y'all can see over there. I don't know if y'all can see that, but BMW i8, but I think it has to be 8 keys. So we're going to say concept, CONCEPT. Again, BMW i8 concept, and that's your master key there. Let me see. I think to verify that, I don't know if it's show key. Let me see. Show key. It ain't no show key. I don't even know. But anyways, this out of scope of the exam, so don't even worry about this. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want more information on master keys. That's all I got for y'all today. That is my YouTube page. That is my Twitter handle. Go ahead and add me on Twitter. Go ahead and leave a comment below if you want more information, or if you have any comments, or if I made any mistakes or anything like that. Please go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And right next to the subscribe button, there should be like a notification bell. That lets you know when I upload these videos. For now, go ahead and comment, like, subscribe to the network. Bruh.